Okay, you're going to be 60 next year. How's life?
In my head, I'm not 60. In my head, I'm still in my 30s. But the energy levels and all that, those are sinking. But luckily, I'm a gynecologist. I know that the muscles mass reduces. So I do my resistance exercises. Hormone levels fall. I take my supplements. You have to be extra careful about your food intake. So I am that. I watch my calories. I do my exercises. There is an empty nest syndrome where
Emptiness syndrome.
empty nest syndrome.
Empty nest.
So the children have flown out of the nest. The husband is probably busy with his work. So women go through this empty nest syndrome.
Lots of women?
It's a known thing. So this is at the same time that your hormone levels are sinking. You are, you know, getting emotional. You're missing your children. You're missing the busyness that was there when the children were around. The loneliness is there. So all those things, yes. So luckily for me, I am busy all day with my work. So I don't have time to really think about, oh, I'm alone, or oh, my children are not around, or something. Because another funny thing that older people feel is the newest music also we don't know. We don't know what new is happening in the world, that we come to know by interacting with young people. So I miss all that. Another thing that women should do, or everybody should do, is have a plan B. What will you do when you retire from work, or what will you do in your old age? And unfortunately, I never made a plan B. That I really don't know what I'll do in my retirement. So giving up a life like that is a little difficult. And I think everybody, every day of your life, you learn by experience. You learn a new thing. And I have so many years of, accumulated experience. So to suddenly wind up and then say that, no, now I won't do it, because there are many things that I can do pretty well, which probably somebody who's young, who's just starting out, may not know about.
I have a key question, and this is addressed to people in your generation. Okay. A lot of people my age and younger leave the country and go abroad. And the ones that stay back often stay back for the sake of family and parents. And I think on some deeper level, even I stayed back because of that. Because I knew that my sister's not going to be in the city. I knew that all my cousins are also going to leave. But the question is that how do parents your age look at their kids who go abroad and stay abroad? Because that's becoming a problem for a lot of my friends abroad.
It's not easy for the parents. It's not easy for the children also, because my generation now, the parents are really old. Some of them are, needing constant care. So they actually leave their jobs abroad, and they come, and everybody takes turns. Means all the children, their wives and all, they come and stay 2 or 3 months or 6 months. And I know people who have left their jobs just because the parent is ailing so much, and they can't manage the parent there. So they keep the parent here, and then one of them, keeps coming and doing the duty, that kind of thing. Or they keep traveling back and forth, and so on.
What conversations do you have with these parents of these kids who have gone abroad and are staying there? Because the kids are in a kind of moral dilemma. And we're talking about going abroad, but it's true for a lot of Indian kids who move cities as well.
The kids go through a bit of guilt, plus their entire lives get turned upside down, because they can't just leave the parent alone. So like I told you, some of them take preterm retirement. Some of them manage, like, hanging on getting their jobs. But if they have one sibling who has stayed back, then they are little more comfortable. So
What are parents' expectations in this phase of life, this late 50s, early 60s?
So I think in India there is no support system, or a kind of thing for old people to do, an old people's community, things like that. So parents basically have nothing to do. They have no work to do. And then they are dealing with illnesses and all. Illnesses are much easier to deal with in India because you get help. Medicine is not so expensive, doctors are not so expensive, hospitalizations are not so expensive as they are overseas. But what to do is a problem for old people.
So, in many ways, I think the biggest problem is loneliness of
Yes.
different levels.
Yes.
Not extreme loneliness in some cases, but some level of loneliness at
Yes.
least. You know that loneliness is the world's biggest problem at this point. That's what is said.
Yeah.
Do you feel biological function and brain function reducing with age? I feel it a little bit, even my 30s compared to 20s.
Definitely there is a break. Even muscle loss is there. The energy levels are low. Everything is there.
You know, for me, an ideal life for my mother would be something where she's able to balance out health, career, as well as free time. Like, I would like to make you travel. I would like to put you in for some really nice physical fitness and yoga classes. I would like you to dedicate so much more time to meditating, all that, and then have a little bit of career probably just in terms of teaching, like passing it forward, because I think that's your main concern, that how do you pass it forward. So like some kind of mentoring. Does that
Yeah.
seem like a nice life to you?
Yeah, it's the ideal life. But even if I go for a holiday and I come back, there's a little bit of loss of that touch.
For a surgeon, you're saying.
For a surgeon, for a sonologist, that little loss of touch is there. So if you're out of it, you're out of it. You better stay at home.
You're a nanny at this point,
Yeah.
right? How does a grandchild feel?
That's a completely whole different feeling. They say the interest is more valuable than the principle. So that way, even more than your children, your grandchildren, it's like the new life, seeing all those things. Because when you're parents, you're so involved and all that, you're working hard, every little thing of the child. For grandchildren, you can just enjoy them, and so you actually see them growing up and making, and you can be a child again with them, so all those things. So it's a whole different world altogether.
Do you think grandchildren are the biggest reason that parents want their kids to get married?
No, it's the parents know that you're not going to be around forever for your child. Somebody should be there for you.
Like, yeah, what's the logic of Indian parents pushing their kids to get married?
That you're in a stable relationship, somebody's there to look after your back, look after you when you're not well, to support you, and of course to have children.
Fair to say that every healthy romantic relationship becomes sort of a co-parenting based relationship with your partner. Like one partner has to be a parent to the other partner, and that role changes as time moves forward, but you have to basically be each other's parent.
Correct.
So as a parent, you want to kind of ensure your
Child has somebody.
like a third parent or
Yes.
something, right? Okay.
And it's more than that also. In India, you don't marry one person, you marry the whole family. So we expect that you get some guidance from that, your partner's parents also, some help. If you need something, somebody else also, one more family is there with you.
It's just for protecting and stabilizing the child's life.
It's like extending your family.
Okay. You felt happy seeing your daughter get married?
Very. That's a responsibility. Means parents, at least in India, and at least for us, we felt it was our responsibility to make sure our daughter is well married and settled in a place where she will be likely happy. So that was the main. And they are good people.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.